News in New York. This is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. We do begin tonight with the new images now emerging of that horrific explosive crash. A UPS cargo jet seconds after takeoff from Louisville, Kentucky. At least 12 people killed, including all 3 on board, 9 people on the ground, including a child. Take a look tonight. Harrowing video showing the plane speeding down the runway on its way from Louisville to Honolulu. Authorities now describing the fiery images as apocalyptic. Smoke and flames coming from under the left wing, that engine then falling off the jet right as it was taking off. Moments later, the plane loaded with jet fuel crashing into a massive fireball, into a petroleum recycling plant and an auto parts warehouse. Plumes of smoke and flames visible for miles. Tonight, fire crews still on the scene, and NTSB team now on the ground, and ABC's Alex Perez leading us off from Louisville.
Tonight in Louisville, a search for answers after the left engine of this UPS cargo jet carrying nearly 250,000 pounds of fuel broke away as the plane was taking off, killing all 3 on board and at least 9 on the ground, including a child.
Oh my God!
NTSB investigators say they found the plane's black boxes and they're poring over videos showing UPS Flight 2976 bound for Honolulu barreling down the runway with its left engine on fire Tuesday.
Now we have viewed airport CCTV security coverage, which shows the left engine detaching from the wing during the takeoff roll.
As the aircraft begins to rotate and tries to gain altitude, we see sparks coming out of the center engine, which suggests that some of the debris may have damaged the second engine.
This truck driver's dashboard camera a half-mile south of that runway capturing the moment the massive plane hit the ground, skidding on its left side. Crash and explosion hitting a petroleum recycling plant and an auto parts warehouse.
Did everybody make it out? No. What do you mean no? No!
We've seen blast injuries from the explosion itself. We've also seen some shrapnel injuries where flying pieces of debris have hit either bystanders or people in relatively close proximity to the accident.
Fire crews is still putting out hot spots this morning. They say most of the fuselage is gone. The Boeing MD-11 was 34 years old and was on its 3rd flight of the day. It had also been out of service for maintenance for much of the last month and again over the weekend.
Whether or not it was in maintenance, basically what we had here was probably one of the worst in history, if not the worst, uncontained engine failures.
Governor Andy Beshear ordering flags to half-staff in honor of the 12 victims killed, including at least 1 child.
And a young child at that, which makes it all the harder.
And David, the explosion scattered the debris, so authorities are now asking residents who may find pieces of it to notify officials. This is a huge hub for UPS, some 2 million packages through here a day, and some of those will now very likely be delayed. David?
Just an awful scene there in Louisville. Alex, thank you. Tonight, breaking news here. The government shut down, and we have now just learned that thousands of flights here in the U.S. are about to be canceled. Day 36 now, the longest shutdown in U.S. history, breaking the record set during the first Trump administration. Because of air traffic controllers not getting paid, air traffic now will be reduced by 10% into 40 major airports. Thousands of flights to be canceled. Here's Rachel Scott with what we know.
Tonight, the government shutdown hits 36 days, marking the longest in history, breaking the previous record set during President Trump's first administration. And the strain on air travel reaching a breaking point.
This is about where is the pressure and how do we alleviate the pressure. Our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
In an unprecedented move, President Trump's Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announcing the FAA will cut flight capacity by 10%, which experts say means thousands of flights will be canceled across 40 major airports by the weekend.
What will this mean practically for air travel? Is this going to lead to more flight delays, more cancellations?
Well, I think it's going to lead to more cancellations. That we're going to work with the airlines to do this in a systematic way.
Across the country, air traffic controller shortages have already caused massive delays and cancellations as workers go without pay and call out sick. About 60,000 TSA workers also missing paychecks. Today, Philadelphia's International Airport closing 2 security checkpoints.
We're petrified. We are concerned.
At Washington Dulles Airport, FAA radar technician and union rep Cleverson Schmidt warning the impact will get worse the longer the shutdown drags on.
You were already short-staffed.
Correct.
And how much worse has the shutdown made it?
It's exponentially made it worse because we're exhausted now.
And how much does that compromise air safety?
That compromise goes up every single day.
All right, so day 36 now. Rachel Scott live up on the Hill. Rachel, when are we going to learn from the FAA the list of airports that are going to be affected here? A lot of people at home watching this. How many passengers a day could be impacted by this move?
Well, David, experts say that hundreds of thousands of Americans could see their flights canceled starting on Friday. And the transportation secretary telling me today that number could grow the longer this shutdown drags on. I'm told the president was made aware of this unprecedented move, and we are expected to get the full list of airports that will be impacted tomorrow, David.
This is going to be a major story moving forward. Rachel Scott, thank you. Tonight, the major wins for Democrats on election night. And tonight, President Trump now responding to the results. The New York mayor's race making history, the new governors in New Jersey and Virginia. Voters saying issue number one, the economy, affordability, the cost of living, and anger over the direction of the country. So what the president is now saying tonight, and here's Aaron Katersky.
The next mayor of the greatest city on earth.
Tonight, big wins for Democrats. From New Jersey to Virginia to California, giving the party a shot of momentum as Americans turned out in droves for the first major election since President Trump took office. In America's largest city, a political earthquake as more than 2 million New Yorkers voted, the largest turnout for a mayoral election in more than 50 years.
In this moment of political darkness, New York will be the light.
34-year-old Zoran Mamdani now mayor-elect, the first Muslim to lead New York. His rocket ride campaign focused on the number one issue for voters in all of this year's elections, affordability and the economy. It powered former Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger to victory in the Virginia governor's race.
Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship.
Mikey Sherrill!
The rising cost of living also drove the governor's race in New Jersey, where voters elected Congresswoman and former Navy pilot Mikey Sherrill by a 13-point margin, defeating Republican businessman Jack Ciattarelli, who had the strong backing of the president.
Here in New Jersey, we know that this nation has not ever been, nor will it ever be, ruled by kings.
Democrats call their wins a wake-up call for the White House.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Today, Trump acknowledging Republicans came up short.
I don't think it was good for Republicans. I don't think it was good. I'm not sure it was good for anybody. But we had an interesting evening, and we learned a lot.
Zoran Mamdani saying the lesson is clear. Trump ran on a pledge to bring down prices on day one, and Americans are still waiting for that to happen.
It's not enough to diagnose the crisis in working class Americans' lives. You have to deliver on addressing that crisis.
Democratic victory spread to California, David, where voters overwhelmingly passed a redistricting plan meant to help Democrats pick up as many as 5 House seats. This was orchestrated by Governor Gavin Newsom after President Trump told Texas and several other states to redraw their maps to favor Republicans. The midterm elections are now less than a year away. David?
Aaron Katersky live here in New York tonight. Aaron, thank you. Now to the battle unfolding at the Supreme Court over President Trump's tariffs. Lawyers for the Trump administration defending his use of an emergency law to impose tariffs. Plaintiffs, including several states and small businesses, say only Congress has that power. The liberal justices and some of the conservative justices so far appearing skeptical of some of the administration's arguments. No word tonight on when the court will issue its decision. Next tonight, hear the disturbing images of the president of Mexico, the first woman president there, being groped in public. Tonight, she now says she will press charges, and she explains her reasons why. Here's Matt Rivers.
Tonight, authorities reviewing these unsettling images of the Mexican president being groped in public. The man now under arrest. Claudia Sheinbaum saying it was only after she saw the video that she understood what had really happened because she was speaking to so many people. Sheinbaum is Mexico's first female president, consistently saying that Mexico's future is female. But experts say crimes against women, from domestic violence to murder, are rarely prosecuted.
Es algo que no debió ocurrir en nuestro país.
The president saying she decided to press charges because this is something that should never happen in our country. And I'm not saying this as president, but as a woman and in representation of Mexican women. Shanebaum saying the man was drunk and that he later went on to allegedly harass other women on that same street.
David, it is unusual to see a head of state walking through large crowds without security, but that is a hallmark of Shanebaum's political brand. She says she won't stop doing it, instead saying the onus is on wrongdoers to change their behavior. David?
Matt Rivers, who has covered politics in Mexico for years. Matt, thanks. Now to new developments tonight in the alleged Halloween terror plot in Michigan. ABC News learning authorities have arrested 3 more suspects. New images tonight showing a man who allegedly bought firearms and then conducted surveillance on Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio, authorities say for a possible Halloween attack. 2 other suspects arrested in New Jersey. Authorities outside Detroit raided homes last week, seizing AR-15 style weapons and more than 1,600 rounds of ammunition. Tonight, protests now erupting in Oklahoma after a high school student accused of rape and strangulation will now avoid prison time. The body camera video of his arrest tonight and why he received lesser charges. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Tonight, outrage in Oklahoma, protests erupting after a high school student accused of rape and strangulation will no longer serve prison time.
So turn around for me.
Body camera video showing authorities arresting then 17-year-old Jesse Butler back in March. Prosecutors initially charging him as an adult with 11 counts in connection to the alleged violent sexual assault of 2 victims.
Stay strong, okay? Say your prayers.
Butler had pleaded no contest and was facing significant prison time until prosecutors agreed to a defense request to downgrade him from an adult to a youthful offender. Instead, he was sentenced to counseling, rehabilitation, and community service, avoiding nearly 80 years behind bars.
David, many parents and local lawmakers are blasting this deal that many say lets this young man basically walk free. David?
Rhiannon Alley with us tonight. Rhiannon, thank you. This evening, former NFL star Tom Brady saying he has cloned his beloved dog who died almost 2 years ago. Brady, an investor in the company doing the cloning. Here's Matt Gutman.
Tom Brady revealing his new dog is a clone of his old beloved family dog, Lua. The legendary quarterback and broadcaster saying in a statement the genetic engineering company Colossal Biosciences cloned Lua to produce Junie, giving his family, quote, a second chance through a simple blood draw of our family's elderly dog before she passed.
They're not going to be exactly the same as the original pet.
Brady is an investor in Colossal Biotech, a company known for gene editing existing animals seeking to bring back extinct species, most recently claiming they've engineered 3 dire wolves, 2 of which are now about a year old. Just this week, the company acquired Viagen Pets and Equine, which offers animal cloning.
It definitely has implications for our ability, to rehome animals, perfectly good animals that in many cases, if they aren't adopted, will lose their lives.
Tonight, Brady says he loves his animals and is excited this technology can help families who have lost a pet.
And we should note, David, that cloning pets is not cheap. Viagen typically charges $50,000 for dogs and cats, and there's no guarantee of longevity. David.
A lot of people talking about this one. Matt Gutman tonight. Thanks, Matt. When we come back here, the forecast, the major winds moving in here in the Northeast, and the first real taste of winter for the Midwest and the East. Lee Goldberg is here. Also, another security lapse at the Louvre before last month's robbery. What we're now learning about the password they were using for their security system. You're not going to believe this one. And then look at this image, the moon shining bright. Tonight's spectacular supermoon, and that's last night right here in New York City. Going to be even better tonight. We're back in a moment. Next tonight here, the heavy winds moving in and the first real taste of winter. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg with us from WABC. Hey, Lee.
Hey, David. It's a wind that could wake many of us up in the Northeast tonight, really whipping. Already swirling in New York, but gusts could go over 50 miles an hour later tonight from New York to Boston. But Syracuse to Albany, Cape Cod, high wind warnings. Gusts could go to 60 miles an hour. Have to watch out for downed trees and power lines. The front does have some rain and high elevation snow with it, much of that in upstate New York and New England. But a broken line of showers could reach down to New York and Boston, then move offshore overnight. We've already had a severe thunderstorm over parts of Pennsylvania. Then snow showers in the interior tomorrow, along with gusty winds. The snow showers, a sign of things to come. Coldest air of the season in the east next week, 10 to 20 degrees below average. A taste of winter in time for Veterans Day. David?
We knew it was coming. Lee Goldberg, thanks. When we come back, that major heist at the Louvre, authorities revealing the password they were using for their security system. You're not going to believe it. And the Mega Millions soaring tonight, where it stands right now. To the index of other news, we're learning more tonight about the Louvre security after that major heist. A museum employee with knowledge of the security system telling ABC News the password to the video surveillance was simply Louvre. We already reported here a security camera in that gallery was pointed in the wrong direction. 4 people have been arrested, charged in the heist. Those jewels still missing tonight. The biggest and brightest supermoon of the year tonight. This was last night over the Empire State Building. Tonight even brighter. The moon is at the point in its orbit when it is closest to the Earth. The Mega Millions jackpot soaring, $843 million and counting. The drawing on Friday. No one has matched all 6 numbers since last June. When we come back tonight, America Strong, the letter a viewer sent to us, and she was right. Wait until you see this homecoming king. Finally tonight, we hear from so many of you about America Strong. Tonight, the letter and the king. Tonight, communities across America celebrating high school homecoming season with extraordinary acts of kindness, friendship, and sportsmanship. In Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania, outside Philadelphia, a World News Tonight viewer, Mia Dubin, writing us, I wanted to share a story from my hometown in Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania, that truly captures the spirit of kindness and community and what it means to be America Strong. It's the kind of story David highlights at the end of the broadcast. Last week, my neighbor Justin, a senior at Lower Moreland High School, was crowned homecoming king. What makes this moment so special is that Justin is autistic. He's always been a little different from his peers, and like any parent, his mom often worried about how others would treat him as he got older. This moment reminded us of the power of acceptance, inclusion, and genuine friendship. I really believe this is a story that deserves to be shared because it is a reminder that kindness still exists in a time when it is not always obvious. And so right here tonight...
Hey David, it's Justin, homecoming king.
Lower Moreland High School homecoming king, Justin Soloff.
I'm gonna be honest with you, it's really gratifying, this opportunity. I'm really proud of those who rallied around the school and voted for me. And I wanna thank you too for putting me on the news. I guess that's all there really is to say.
And joining us too,
hi David.
The neighbor who wrote us, Mia.
He continues to be a role model for me every single day. I'm so proud of you, Justin.
Hi, David. My name's Addison.
His lifelong friends are here.
There's no one who makes everyone more happy at our school than Justin.
Sam.
He's just really funny and a good friend.
Nathaniel.
He's been a great friend for many years.
And Asher.
He is so deserving of the award, and I was so glad to see him win.
And so tonight, we say thank you for that letter from a neighbor who said, I have an America Strong, and she was right. The Lower Moreland High School homecoming king, Justin Soloff, America Strong. Congratulations, Justin, the perfect pick. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 3rd year in a row.